Good afternoon, Ospreys. You're watching Nest News live from the Student Union. I'm your host, Kylie Miller. On today's show, we have an introduction to Student Government's Unity Party, Phishing at UNF, Battle of the Bands, a viral TikTok about a UNF professor, a podcast with the LGBTQ Plus Center, and a sports update. So stay tuned and enjoy the show. Student government elections are nearing and officially uncontested, meaning the 19 students running for a senator seat will be elected. Last week, Spinnaker spoke with the SOAR Party about their initiatives, and now it's Unity's turn. Led by University and Student Affairs Chair Maya Drum and Senate President Raymond Johnson, the Unity Party was founded on 3 distinct pillars they plan to continue embodying: integrity, ingenuity, and inclusion. Unity wants to reintroduce a former initiative from 2018 that would extend deals to off-campus businesses for UNF students, as well as invite more inclusive dining options on campus. Chairwoman Drum said the Unity Party is in the best interest of serving UNF students because they are students themselves, which is something they highly value. The senator debate will be held on October 25th, where candidates will have the opportunity to discuss student concerns and questions from the public. If you've checked your school email in the past few weeks, you may have noticed a flurry of emails from UNF about cybersecurity and phishing. But first, what even is phishing? Phishing is when cybercriminals use messaging services in an attempt to steal personal information while masquerading as a trustworthy entity. In this case, UNF or someone from UNF. Vice President and Chief Information Officer told Spinnaker that phishing is on the rise everywhere and is organized crime. In the past month, Verkamp said that less than half a dozen UNF members fell for phishing emails, giving out as much information as their password. Verkamp warns the UNF community to stay vigilant and question everything before trusting emails, even if they appear to come from UNF. If you're concerned about messages you may have received, please contact the UNF Help Desk. In other news, last night was UNF's 2022 Battle of the Bands. 5 groups took the stage at the J.B. Coxwell Amphitheater to compete, but just one walked away the winner, Kenzie's Place. The night was opened with a performance by host and country artist Angie K. The other bands that performed and competed included the Citrus Trees, the Spades, Ask Me Now Band, and Yaupon Holly Band. Kenzie's Place will perform at UNF's next Ozfest. Recently, there was a touching reunion between a UNF graduate and her former professor. UNF alum, independent country singer, and surfer Emily Zeck posted on her TikTok about how UNF professor Lieutenant General Richard Tryon helped get her out of a dark part of her life, and just by showing up. Desiring a career in music, she was initially indifferent to Tryon's Intro to Leadership course. After he showed a genuine interest in helping her prepare for that career, she came to respect him and completely turned her life around. The TikTok has received millions of views and thousands of comments. Zeck drove over 2 hours back to UNF to reconnect and thank the professor who meant so much to her. It was a happy reunion all around. And now to Riley for your weekly sports update.
What's up, Ospreys? Let's get into this week's action. Men's soccer took the field on Saturday, hosting the Bellarmine Knights. It happened to be Ted Lasso night, with fans receiving visors and mustaches at the gates. The match got off to a slow start, remaining scoreless through the first 70-plus minutes. This came to an end when Braden Masker sent a crosser into the box, which Rio Onwumer put past the keeper to give the Ospreys a 1-0 lead. As the clock wound down, it looked like this one was all UNF. Disaster struck with just 36 seconds left, though. A defensive breakdown allowed the equalizing goal for Bellarmine, escaping Hodges Stadium with a point. The Ospreys were understandably devastated, but head coach Derek Marinado stressed the importance of looking on the bright side. A draw is always better than a loss. That's all for this week, Ospreys. Make sure to subscribe to our new Osprey Outlook newsletter for more. Swoop!
Thank you, Riley. October is LGBTQ Plus History Month. Spinnaker Radio recently did a podcast with members of UNF's LGBTQ Center about this month. Let's check it out.
What we're focused on is creating a safe space for not only students, but the Jacksonville community in general. So it's about having a safe space, a loving and accepting space.
So what does the word pride mean to you?
Okay, this is the point of the interview where I get very honest. To me, to have pride is to take a stance against hate, both hate directed at yourself and hate directed at others.
Taking a stand. No, that's a really good way to put it.
What's a word you would use instead of pride, to substitute? What's a similar word for pride, would you say?
Perseverance, but also solidarity is another word that comes to mind.
I love that. It's more about having love for yourself and realizing that you're just as valid as anybody else. Even if you're an ally, there's so much love in that space. And it's so important to have that everywhere so people physically see that they're not being erased, that they matter, that a presence that involves them can exist on a campus because they need to know that they have a voice. and it's a great way to build community.
And now to the School of Communications for your weather update.
Hey there, Ospreys. Welcome to Weather Edition of Inside Super 90. I'm Grace Durovi, here to give you the top weather news and the local forecast. Starting off with today's top weather story. Drought and wildfire will remain elevated in the western states, while warmer than average temperatures will greet the southwest, Gulf Coast, and West Coast this winter. La Niña is a weather pattern characterized by cold ocean temperatures in the Pacific Ocean and is returning for a rare third winter. This means that December, January, and February are likely to bring drier than average conditions across the southern states. Heading in today's weather. We can expect drier weather with cooler temperatures, but not as cool as the past few days. Today's high will be 73 degrees, while the low will be 49 degrees. Now let's take a look at our radar. It looks like today is going to feature clear and sunny skies, but will this dry weather last? Let's take a look at our forecast for this week. It looks like the warming trend is going to be continuing. We can expect lots of sunshine with dry conditions. The weekend still looks great with sunshine both Saturday and Sunday. Rain chances look minimal this weekend for the Jags game and the Blue Angels air show. Slight rain chances return heading into next week. The highs for next week will range from the low 70s to the low 80s, while the lows will range from the high 40s to the low 60s. And that does it for this weather edition of Inside Super 90. Have a great day, Ospreys. I'm Grace Durovi, and I'll see you next time.
That's all for you today, Ospreys. Remember, consider donating to support college radio at UNF through the link in the description below. Also, make sure to follow us on our Instagram at UNF Spinnaker and come check out our YouTube as well for more content. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm your host, Kylie Miller, and we'll see you next week on Spinnaker's Nest News.